Guys, I am super excited today to be reviewing this Lark M1 digital microphone setup from Hollyland. Now, I've reviewed a lot of these and I'm going to tell you why I think these are going to upset guys like Rode and DJI. So stick around and I'll be back in just a few seconds. What's up YouTube, Dave here with Seen Through a Lens, and thanks for stopping by the channel. We make lifestyle videos and all things tech, so if that's your kind of thing, then please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking on the bell icon so you can be notified of new videos. So guys, these are the Lark M1 digital wireless microphones from Hollyland. Now, if you don't know Hollyland, well, they make a ton of different microphone setups. In fact, I recently reviewed the Lark 150 Duo, and I gotta say, I was so blown away with it, I sold my Rode Wireless Go's. And you know what? Ever since then, guys, the Lark 150 Duo has been my go-to wireless mic setup. So when I found out that Hollyland were releasing this Lark M1, unusually, I reached out to them and asked them if I could review it. Yeah. Unusually, as normally companies are reaching out to me, so you know what, I'm really excited to be reviewing these and I have great expectations for them. So even though I can't contain my excitement, know this guys, if they are good, I'll say they're good. If they're bad, I will say they're bad. You're always going to get an honest review from me. So before we get into it guys, let's take a look in the box and see what we've got. Now, as soon as we get into the box, we see a nice carry case. This houses everything: instructions, dead cats, TRS to TRSS cable, a TRS to TRS cable, a USB-A to USB-C cable, and the charging case. And open that charging case up guys, and we have two transmitters and the receiver, but back to those in just a second. I was also sent two extra boxes, and these actually have a USB-C to TRS cable and a Lightning to TRS cable. I mean, this Lark M1 has every connectivity option sorted for pretty much every device, whether it's a camera you're connecting to or it's an iOS or Android mobile phone, you're covered. And that makes the Lark M1 the most versatile setup I've ever come across. And now you can see, or you may be starting to see, why I was so excited about these. But guys, now back to the main event, which is this charging case that houses the transmitter and receivers. Now, it's pretty lightweight and it fits nicely in my hand. It's got some LEDs on the front to show charging state and charging status. It has a USB-C connector on the back to charge it up. We like USB-C. Now, taking the transmitters and the receiver out of the charging case, well, the first thing to note, these microphones are really small and super light. They've got clips on them, so you can clip it onto your clothing. And you know, whatever you do to put these on, you're not going to notice they're there. They are tiny. Now, on the transmitters and the receivers, there are LEDs that show you various functions. You've got blue solid, which is device connected, blue flashing, which is device disconnected, red, which is low battery, orange flashing is charging, solid orange is fully charged, green solid on the transmitter is noise cancelling on. Yes, guys, these have got noise cancellation. And green solid on the receiver is camera mono mode, and blue solid on the receiver is phone or camera stereo mode. I mean, that is a lot of lights and a lot to take in. But you know what? There are instructions, and like everything, a couple of times of using these and you're just going to know what's what. Now, taking a quick look at the transmitter stroke microphone, you've got the mesh grill on the microphone, right? Which is nice. You've got the clip to clip it onto your clothing. On the side, you have a power button and a pairing stroke noise cancellation button. This is going to be a game changer when it comes to filtering out background noise. A godsend when you're working outside for sure. Then at the bottom there is a USB-C charging port, which should you want to charge these when they're out of the charging case, you can. Flick over to the receiver, well, that also has a clip. The most probable use for that will be attaching it to your camera hot shoe or cold shoe. Around the side you've got a USB-C connector, same thing as the transmitters, in that you may want to charge these outside of the case, because if you're using this on a camera rig and it's starting to, the battery's starting to go low, you might just want to plug in a battery pack. So, that's thoughtful. And you've got the volume gain up and down buttons. Now by default the gain is set midway, but you may want to adjust that. Point to note, these are multi-mode buttons, in that if you press and hold the plus button, that will pair the transmitters, and the minus button has an M on it as well, which is to change the mode from mono to stereo. Again, press and hold. And last of all, on the other side you have the power button and the TRS cable port. Now, battery life is always a consideration, particularly when we're talking internal, non-removable batteries. But this setup will give you, with this charging case, a solid 20 hours of usage. Now, without the charging case, so just the battery in the transmitters and the receivers, you're looking at around 8 hours of continuous usage. And I gotta say, that is pretty damn good. So, the next $64 million question has to be range. Well, I'm told that the maximum distance of the transmitter and the receiver is around 200 meters. Now, personally, you might be, but I'm never going to be that far away from my cameras, as no doubt someone will probably steal them. But I get it. You might be filming something where all that range is necessary. You might have talent, that are walking around or doing whatever they're doing. Fair enough. But for me, as long as the signal is solid at around 30 or 40 meters, that's good enough for me. Far enough away to be super useful, but not far enough away if I had to chase someone down for trying to steal my camera. I'd catch them. Well, maybe. So that's the features, guys, but talk is cheap. Well, kind of. These retail at around £150, but I'll put any product links and discount codes in the description. But yeah, talk is cheap. What we want to hear and see is how these perform. So let's do a couple of tests. Now, what I'm going to do first is a straight up comparison between a very decent Rode Video NTG shotgun mic fitted to a Sony A7IV camera. Don't even know what cameras I've got. And then I'm going to switch out to the Rode. Then I'm going to switch out the Rode for the Hollyland Lark M1. Got it. Now I know what I'm going to do. So let's get that test underway. So guys, connected to the Rode Video NTG microphone, and I'm about 2 foot away from the camera. It's attached to the top of my camera, and you can see how that sounds. Now, the Rode is a pretty good mic. Hopefully that audio doesn't sound too bad. Like I said, about 2 foot, 2.5 foot away from the camera and microphone. So guys, as you can see, I've got the Hollyland Lark M1 clipped to the top of my shirt. Click, click, click. You can see that. This is the sound quality compared to the video mic, NTG. Like I said, I would imagine the sound quality is pretty good, but you guys be the judge of that. Actually, what I'll probably do is have a little listen afterwards, and I'd like to know myself before I put it out. But as you know, and as I've said, rather, I won't be touching the audio. I'll just be giving it to you straight out of the mic. So I'm just going to get up now. Like I said, I'm about 2.5 feet, 2 feet away from the camera. I'm going to get up. I'm going to walk over here, probably about 15 feet away. I'll keep walking, about 15 foot away. And I'm pretty certain that the sound quality is going to be the same. And in fact, what I can do is I can actually turn the camera around and I'll walk away. I'll actually walk away from the camera, probably about 20 foot away now. Even if I go up these stairs, I should imagine that the audio quality is not changing. And again, it's a bit echoey because I'm in the stairs or up the stairs, and I'm going to come back and there we go. So back to about 2 foot away from the camera, getting framed, gonna have to bend down, but anyway, there you can see it guys, or rather there you can hear it. So guys, that was the indoor test. Now, there was no noise cancellation on that. It's all pretty quiet in here, apart from my RAID drive whirring away. It's pretty quiet in here. Also, this is set at mono and the midway. I've not changed anything with the default out of the box settings. So mono is mixed down to both channels, and if you want to use stereo, you can, but if I was going to do that, I'd usually be doing that with both microphones if I was recording 2 people speaking, 1 on each channel. So guys, let's now take this test outside and see how these fare with the Rode mic. So guys, I'm outside now and it's not that noisy out here. There's a bit of wind blowing. I'm standing right by a tree, so that's kind of rustling away in the wind. So I'm using the Rode NTG mic, the shotgun mic, sitting on the top of my Sony camera, and I don't know how this sounds, but I would say I'm probably about 2 foot away from the microphone. I'm going to take 3 steps back, 1, 2, 3, and see how that sounds. So that's on the video mic NTG from Rode. Now I'm going to switch over to the Lark M1 and we're going to see how that sounds out here. So just going to step forward and change these microphones over. So guys, I'm about 2 foot away from the camera using the Lark M1. I've got the dead cat or the windshield on, trees moving in the background, there's a bit of wind noise. Interested to see how that sounds. I'm going to step back 1, 2, 3 steps. Now this 3 steps, I'm probably about 8 foot away from the camera. And of course, it's not really going to matter where I stand, the audio quality should remain the same. Now, this is without any gain settings change, without any of the noise cancellation or anything like that. I can put the noise cancellation on just so that you can see how that sounds. So hang on a second, I need to look at this to see what I'm doing. I think that's it there. So this should have put the noise cancellation on. Don't know really how this is going to sound, but you guys let me know if that makes any difference. Again, walking back to the camera now, shouldn't make any difference at all in the audio quality. So guys, there you have it. This Lark M1 from Hollyland is a great sounding setup. And don't forget, we also have the ability to connect this to our mobile devices. So this is so versatile. This really is a one solution fits all. But, and it is a small but, it's a shame that there's no external connector for a lav mic. Now, I know these are small, but it would have been a nice touch to have had, you know, the ability to plug in a lav mic and also maybe a headphone monitoring port, which would have been pretty useful. I know it's small, but it would have been pretty useful to be able to monitor what you are recording, because sometimes you're not recording anything, and we've all been there. But other than that, guys, you are getting a great sounding quality piece of equipment from Hollyland with great versatility at a fairly cost-effective price. You know, price to quality, you're not going to be disappointed. These are very good. I love them, and so will you. Thanks to you guys for watching. Thanks to Hollyland for sending me these Lark M1s. And guys, if you have any comments or questions, you know what to do. And if you like the video, then please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking on the bell icon to be notified of new videos. I've got a bunch of these microphones turning up. I've got a bunch that I have reviewed already. I'm going to be doing a comparison on all of these. So subscribe, guys, and click on that bell icon to be notified of when that video comes out. Guys, I'm Dave with Scenes for a Lens. Thanks for watching, and I will see you the next time. Bye for now.